channel. My name's Adrian, and today is day 9 of looking at ZineQuest, and today we are back to... I'm really in my comfort zone now. It's not only Shadow Dark, but it is well, it's the latest expansion for DarkSpace, which is the sci-fi version of Shadow Dark. I don't think I can really explain it in any way simpler than that. Let me just jump straight over to the project. Obviously, for full disclosure, I did do something for their recent Kickstarter, so I wrote a creature for this. So you know, I'm pretty invested in this world. I've loved it for a while. I will actually add my full review to the end of this video, so if you're not sure what DarkSpace is, that will just explain it in a little bit more detail, sort of taking you through the book and stuff. Obviously, there was a recent Kickstarter for it, so it's not like a reprint, but a combined, expanded edition, if that makes sense, more of a complete edition. But here we've got Void Echoes Volume 2, which is the Secrets of Lunar X-12. The second issue, the official zine for DarkSpace. Survival, alien wildlife, and corporate rivals uncover a terrifying truth of Lunar X-12. So at time of funding, what's that? Just over $4,000 US, 231 backers, and there is 17 days to go. So this is a little zine here. So we've got 48-page zine. It takes spaces into the vast frontiers of asteroids and moons to explore the prospect of valuable minerals and resources. So we can see in here the Space Miners issued. So it's got expanded gameplay for exploration and hex crawls, 7 ready-to-play adventurers, and a full adventure included. Over a dozen NPCs and denizens, which are sort of like the big boss type creatures, if that makes sense, and new survival gear and vehicles in here. So it's going to expand on the exploration for hex crawl rules presented in DarkSpace and the Shadow Dark rulebook. Void Echoes 2 provides rules for planetary exploration, additional system agnostic tables for terrain, site, and discovery generation. So we can just see an example page here. So the planetary overview follows the similar rules to the overrules, you know, the rules in the Shadow Dark rulebook. You're going to be able to do, each hex is going to be 6 miles, depending on whether you're walking, mounted, vehicle, and the speed of the vehicle, whether it's close, near, far, will determine just how many hexes you can do. And then you're going to divide that by whether it's difficult terrain, arduous terrain, or increase the speed if you're going on a ship or a ship sort of scale vehicle. When you explore a new hex, you've got a choice. You can either stay and discover the hex, in which case the games master here is going to provide or generate details about the hex. If not, if you're going to kind of just move through it, then the games master is going to do a random encounter. So it's going to kind of force you as the players to either sort of encounter it and stay there, or there's a random chance the games master is going to create something exciting or dangerous in that hex. And like standard rules here for Shadow Dark, whether it's unsafe every 3 hours, risky every 2, deadly every 1. Also, when you're going from one hex to another, so you're going to use these navigation rules. So when exploring, the crew should keep a designated navigator to keep the journey on course. Now they're going to do an intelligence-based check, and depending on the sort of navigation, whether it's a flat, a varied elevation, difficult terrain, or no landmarks, or easy landmarks, will determine the difficulty. So the DC is going to start at 9, and it could go all the way up to 18. 18 plus 2, so maybe 20 if it's arduous terrain and no landmarks at all. To outfit your spaces for the job, so we've got new survival gear, vehicles are also going to be included, and then finally we're going to have a 3rd level adventure for the Secrets of Lunar X-12. So the lucrative high-stakes security job leads to the planet, this planet. It's a barren, low-gravity moon with fringes of the Sol system. Private Black and former Space Marine Sergeant Carl and Black Mining are paying handsomely to protect their unprecedented, I think that's going to be Lonsdaleite claim, possibly. But the moon is hiding more than just a rare mineral deposit. Maybe a monster. That's what I'm going to go with. The previous crew is missing. Whisper echoes from the depths of the rock, and the hostile alien wildlife patrols the dust-choked surface. You will navigate corporate rivals, military patrols, and deep paranoia. The crew haunted their past to try and cover what or who is buried beneath the surface. Your mission is to secure the site, but your adventure will be to survive the moon's terrifying, evolving secrets. Now, there's a little bit of a backstory here into it about Sergeant Carl and Zirk Blacks. They basically survived a ship encounter. They crash landed on the planet, and then they found this massive sort of ore that they discovered they could mine. And then there's a little bit of secrets and stuff going on that I'm going to just skip over. We've got the Hell of a Crew, which are pre-made spaces. So these are the 7 pre-made characters that are in Void Echoes #1, and they have actually been increased up to level 3 now. So you can either create your own characters, because obviously if you've got the core rulebook, you can create your own characters. If not, you can just buy this and then run with it here. So, and if you haven't got the core rulebook, there is the free quick start rules here, which you can download, and that will just allow you to play just this adventure as well. So you're going to have enough in there to sort of get on with it. So within the quick start rules, you've got 20 species traits, 4 archetypes, 20 backgrounds, the motivation, gear, armor, and the character sheet as well. Probably should just do the prices for this. So if you want to back just the PDF copy, it comes in at $9, $14 for physical and PDF. And then if you want 1 and 2, it goes to $19. And then finally physical. Yeah, so that's it. I'm just going to leave it there. That is Void Echoes 2 for DarkSpace. So DarkSpace is something I absolutely love. I've always really excited to play it. It's, you know, sci-fi, Shadow Dark rules. So the core rulebook, actually I'll put a link to the Kickstarter, so you should be able to sort of get on hold of that at some stage too. So I'm going to leave it there. I'll be back tomorrow with day 10 of ZineQuest. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.